it's Miss B. I'm going to go ahead and do a read aloud with you. This is The Happiest Tree, a yoga story. Meena was excited about the play her class was writing, a new and improved version of Red Riding Hood. She laughed out loud when they decided that Grandma would chase the wolf. She liked figuring out how the story would end for the woodcutter, and she loved painting the sets until she spilled the paint. "It's okay," said Meena's teacher, Mrs. Jackson, but Meena felt terrible. When the class chose parts, Meena pretended she wasn't interested. "Meena, everyone gets to play a part," said Mrs. Jackson. Meena shook her head. All she could say was, "I can't. I'm too clumsy." Mrs. Jackson could not take no for an answer. "Of course you can," she said. "You can be a tree. We need lots of trees in the forest." Soon it was time for the first rehearsal. Walking onto the stage, Meena hoped she wouldn't stumble. She hoped she wouldn't trip. But then she stumbled. She tripped. She almost fell. "Meena," groaned the other trees. Meena wished she could fall right through the stage and become a disappearing tree. At dinner that night, Meena drooped. "I'm the worst tree in the world," she said. "Why?" asked Mom. "What happened?" Meena told her parents about the rehearsal and how she had tripped and stumbled and how she had tripped. "It's all right, Meena Rani," said Mom. "It's just that your arms and legs are growing really fast. That can make you feel clumsy sometimes." "You don't have to be perfect," Dad added. "Just try your best." "I'm perfectly clumsy," Meena said sadly. The next day, Meena and her mother went to the Indian grocery store to buy rice and flour and spices. There was so much to see. Meena whirled around looking. "Careful," cautioned Mom. "I'm being careful," said Meena. She leaned forward to look at a little brass bell. A bag of rice toppled over. "It's all right," said Mrs. Vora, the owner of the store. "Let her look." She gave Meena a piece of matai to munch on. The spicy flavors of the crumbling snack danced in Meena's mouth. "Thank you, Auntie," said Meena. Mrs. Roja was everyone's auntie. Suddenly, Meena saw something that made her fall gupshoop, silent in astonishment. Through a window in the back of the store in the room beyond, she saw feet. They rose up into the air. They stayed very still, then slowly went back down. "Oh, that's one of my yoga classes," said Auntie. "Would you like to join my children's class?" "I'm too clumsy," said Meena. "Clumsy schmumsy," said Auntie. "Just try and see, nah?" Meena watched the window. Now hands rose up in the air. Meena raised her own arms. She joined her palms over her head. "Oh my," Auntie said, "you're doing better already." So Meena agreed to sign up for yoga class. Yoga class was not easy, but Meena tried her best. She breathed slowly and deeply. She stretched like a rubber band. "Let's do the cat pose," said Auntie. "Breathe in, arch up, breathe out, down, breathe in." Meena breathed in and out and arched her back up and down, and then she lost her balance. Her foot shot out, and she nearly hit the yoga cat behind her. "Now the frog pose," said Auntie. Down on your knees. Sit back on your feet, knees wide open. Bend your body forward. Meena bent her body low, but when she tried to put her hands on the floor to rest on her lily pad, she fell over. Meena stretched and breathed her way through yoga class. Auntie told her what she did correctly and helped her with the difficult parts. Soon, Meena could breathe deeply and make herself still. Her feet didn't shoot out so much. She didn't topple over as often. "Very nice, Meena," said Auntie. Meena felt golden warm inside. During rehearsals for Red Riding Hood, Meena tried to be still and quiet, but her feet had trouble staying rooted. She kept looking around. She laughed at all the funny parts. She wanted to say the lines when her classmates forgot them. "Meena, stay still," said one of her other trees. "Only your branches are supposed to move," said another. "Shh," said a third. Meena tried her best, but it was hard keeping her arms and legs from moving around. In yoga class, though, Meena's arms and legs learned to work in smooth, slow movements. She stretched out flat on her stomach and kept her feet together. Then she propped herself up on her arms and raised her head, turning left, then right in the cobra pose. "Oh no," cried Meena. "I'm a terrible tree." Auntie looked puzzled, so Meena explained about the class play. "I understand," Auntie said, "but a yoga tree is different. Just take a deep breath, hold it for 2 seconds, and let go." Meena began to relax. She rooted her feet and raised her arms. She breathed and breathed. She calmed down. Her worries went away. After a few weeks, Meena found it easy to breathe slowly and deeply in yoga class. One day, when all the children were sitting in the lotus pose, a thought lit up in Meena's mind. "I can change my body by how I feel inside," she realized. "If I am quiet inside, my body will be still. That's what yoga is really about." Meena hugged her thought to herself. It filled her with gladness. She imagined herself standing tall and still, growing roots in Red Riding Hood's forest. On the night of the performance of the new and improved version of Red Riding Hood, Mom and Dad drove Meena to school. Meena and her classmates put on their costumes. Meena's sweatshirt and tights were stretchy and soft, but her tree branches tickled her roots scratched. "Don't worry, Meena," Ronnie said, Mom. "You'll be fine. We know you'll be a great tree," said Dad. "On stage, everyone," Mrs. Jackson announced. "It's time to start the play." That was when it happened. As Meena walked onto the stage, one of her branches snagged Red Riding Hood's cloak. Then Meena's right foot stepped on the roots of her left foot. She tripped. She almost fell down. "Meena," whispered the other trees. "Meena, leave your broken roots behind," said Mrs. Jackson. "Just do the best you can." Meena kicked her way out of the pile of roots. She looked around for a place to hide. How could she be a tree without her roots? Through the curtains, Meena saw the audience gathering. She found Mom and Dad. She spotted someone else too. Auntie had come to see Meena be a tree. Meena knew she couldn't hide, so she started her yoga breathing. In, out. In, out. She got so quiet she could feel her heart breathing. Then she stood up straight in her best tall tree way, raised her arms high, and took her place on stage. Never mind those silly old roots, Meena thought. She would grow her own yoga tree roots right into the floor of the forest. The curtains opened and the play went on. Grandma chased away the wolf. The woodcutter became a recycled paper salesman. And Red Riding Hood wrote a play about her scary day in the forest. Through it all, Meena took deep breaths and let them out. She was still when she needed to be still. She moved slowly and carefully when she needed to move. Best of all, she knew she could do this again anytime she wanted to. Meena was the happiest tree in the whole forest. The end. I hope you guys liked The Happiest Tree, and I also hope that you use your breath as well in your everyday life to make your body and your mind still. Well, have a great day, and I will see you next time.